Hey crafty cuties, welcome back to another DIY embellishment video. It's been a while since I have made one of these videos, and I'm really excited because I've thought of something that would be practical, something that I will actually use, and here we go. So basically, we are going to make altered Rolodex cards today, and this is something that's been going around for a while. I've always wanted to do it, but I just was like, well, I don't really think I would use these. Like, what am I going to use it for? Until today, I realized, hey, I can use it as a tuck spot in my journals. So I really like to make things that are practical, things that I'm actually going to use in my projects. So I'm really excited. So this is just an example of how I made mine. Now, of course, you can make your altered Rolodex cards and use them however you want, but I'll show you how I make it into a little tuck spot here. So I am going to be starting with just a bunch of random items. I have actual vintage Rolodex cards. These are from Junk That Treasures. I am on her design team, so you're going to notice a few of the supplies I'm using are from her shop, and I love everything that I have. I'm going to possibly use these really cool epoxy dots. I forget what they're called. Enamel dots. They're really cool. I have some little pieces, some scraps and bits and pieces just all around me. So let's just get started. The first thing I want to do, I'm going to actually cover this entire Rolodex card with a piece of my atlas here. And I just wanted to do that because I'm using this in a travel-themed journal. Excuse me, I haven't had too much coffee yet. So I'm just gonna put glue over this entire thing. Now, I know some people you have like a die for the Rolodex cards, and in that case, if you actually have a die for the Rolodex card, you don't need to do this step. You can just use your die and cut out whatever pattern you want, but this is just a good way to start so that I have a really nice base that will match. So I'm just gonna trim around this. And I didn't really even pay attention to what part I adhered on here because, again, it's just going to be a background. And I'll just cut out these little notches here just because I think it adds to it. Now I'm going to take some brown ink and just ink up the edges. I like to use a dye ink. I used to use Tim Holtz Distress inks, but those inks what am I trying to say? If they get wet, the ink will kind of spread, and so I wanted something a little bit more permanent, so if you're putting a photo on the opposite page, then it's not going to rub off onto the photo. Okay, so we got that started, and basically I'm just going to do what I typically do for any type of embellishment, is just add some layers. I have a little thing here of embellishments and buttons and things like that, so I'm just kind of play around a bit, and let's see, I definitely special order. I feel like, oh, I do have some washi that is like travel theme kind of thing, so I think I'm going to just put a little piece of that on here just because I kind of want a lot of layers on this, and so washi is a good way to start with that. Okay. And we'll make a couple of these together, I think. We'll just see how long this one takes. Okay, I'm just not even gonna worry about making this perfect. You're really not even going to notice that it's washi. Okay, and so just play around. I like to add lots of different textures in my embellishments. Yeah, I haven't done an embellishment video for such a long time. Someone brought that up to me yesterday, and I was like, you are right. I just found I wasn't really using the embellishments, the type that I was making, so it just wasn't practical for me, I guess. Okay, I feel like I want some gold thread. That's something I've always done with these. Okay, I just bunched up a little thing here of gold thread, and I'm going to start adding a little bit of glue, although I want to add staples too, but just to kind of hold the thread in place while we are layering. And go like that. I kind of like the look of having some of the pieces coming off of the Rolodex card here, and I really like keeping these little notches or holes visible. Okay. I don't know, I feel like you don't have to really add too much. I'm gonna use my stapler just because, again, it adds another texture, another element in here, and it's an easy one to do. Just add a couple like so. Maybe one over here if it will reach. And I really like these dots. So you can see on this one, I used it over the word to travel. And I thought that was awesome, and I stamped and embossed on this one. So that's another kind of element that you can add in. So for this one, I'm just gonna use it, not to really highlight anything, but that is, well, maybe special. No, I kind of just like it on the corner here, not really highlighting anything. If you guys know cool ways to use these, let me know. I've just been using them kind of as an accent piece. I mean, I think this one's done, so here we go. This is cool. I do want to add a little bit of sewing actually, so let's do that. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a little zigzag stitch, just maybe around one side, I think. Maybe around here too. That just adds a teeny little touch, if you can see, and then I like to leave the extra thread on. So now we're good to go, and I can attach this to a page. I'm going to sew my tuck spot on, but I wanted to show you how I would attach this if I did not have a sewing machine. And I would take some liquid glue, my favorite Tombow Mono liquid glue, and I would simply glue around the outside edges, so just the two edges, so that the inside is open. So I would just glue along this side, and then I would glue it down here, whoops, in the corner, but I am actually going to sew around that edge. Okay, I know you can't really see me, I'm just sewing a straight stitch down this side, and down the entire bottom, just straight across, even over those little notches. I'm not ever trying to make it look, you know, perfect. And I go backwards for a moment. There you go, and you have created a really simple tuck spot. I think it would be really fun to make up a bunch of these in just kind of a general theme, and then you would have them ready, and I mean, it completes an entire page. So it's a really fun way to add some detail to your page for your junk journals or any type of project. Because these are so fun and addicting, I thought we would make another together. So again, I'm going to start out by just gluing this entire surface, and this one's going to be more of a botanical theme. So I'm just going to use a random part of this botanical page that I have, and you really don't have to start out covering the entire thing. I think it would be really cute or fun to add some different mixed media, maybe some stenciling. In fact, let's add some stenciling to this one. So I'm just going to trim around here. So there we go. You can see I just chose a random part, but I think it looks cool. So let's do some stenciling. So I'm going to take just this scalloped stencil. I made that on my Cameo, and just some Heidi Swap. Oh, there we go. Texture paste, I believe this is. And I'm just going to do a couple random areas. I kind of like that it's going to kind of mute out the background, just because I'm not looking for that to really be, you know, the main focus at all. Let's see. Okay, that's good enough for me. Let's add maybe a little bit of spray now. Okay, I'm gonna spray now, and then I will dry this afterwards. Sometimes I dry the texture paste first, but that's okay. And that is super, super bright, vibrant, so let's add a spray of something lighter. I'm just gonna take like a really light pink color. I made this spray with some different paints. Okay. Just kind of move that color around a little bit. So I didn't really want it to look like splatters, so just kind of move that around. You can see that color kind of coming together and making a really cool purple color. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use my heat gun now and just dry this up. Alright, so now I want to add some texture. I have some random just bits and pieces, like I said, so a little piece of burlap here. So I'm gonna kind of just, whoops, I kind of tore that apart, but that's okay. Just put that up in the corner here. Maybe some fabric that I have. I really like to, you know, use up my scraps when I can on these types of projects. And I found this cute little Tim Holtz die cut. I thought that might be a good thing to add. Let's see here. Do I want that? Maybe I don't want that fabric. I'm not sure. Kind of want this peeking under, I think. And I think I'm going to actually just go ahead and sew this little label on. And there's a piece of lace that I will sew across the top. And again, you don't have to sew these things on. You can just, you know, glue them. Okay, let's sew this on. Okay, I went ahead and just sewed that on off camera really quick. I want to add one of these Tim Holtz stickers. Glittering in the sun. We'll do that one. Glittering in the sun. And I'm just going to put it right here actually, so that it looks like it's supposed to be on the label. I have this really cute botanical type, it's mushrooms, washi. I was thinking about adding just a little piece of this because I love this washi so much. I'll put it down here, and it kind of just blends into the background there, but it still kind of shows up. I'm gonna just glue on a button real quick, and if I weren't filming and in kind of a hurry, I would probably just sew this button on, but I think it'll look just fine glued on, and you can always just glue things on instead of, you know, sewing if you don't have a sewing machine. But I do like the sewing machine for detail. There, I put 2 buttons on, and now I feel like it is complete, and we can use this as a tuck spot. All right, we're gonna do one more together. I'm going to start out actually by stenciling this one and not using a background, and I have this Tim Holtz kind of like floral stencil. I think we'll just go right there since I have my supplies out already. And I'm using a pink paste this time. Just go over the stencil, make sure to get the excess off. Don't want it to be too thick. And I'm thinking, I'm not sure if I want to just keep this stencil in the corner here. Let's see what that looks like. That looks kind of cool. Maybe I will add just one more little area right here, I think. Okay. Uh-oh, I think I might have just messed that up because I had my little knife thing go underneath this stencil. Don't you hate when that happens? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and spray this one, I think. I really like the combo of this blue and pink, although I just realized maybe I should have used a different color. Maybe I'll use more blue since the paste itself is pink. And I wasn't filming by accident, so I went ahead and added a spray of gold spray, whoops, and then I dried this. Okay, so now, let's see, I want to add some elements, of course. I kind of want to add this mushroom even though it's quite big coming off of the page, but I like it, and I think I might just use it. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use the mushroom. I just like how it kind of doesn't match the colors. And then I'm gonna use a little piece of lace behind that. And just kind of layer those on like so. We'll definitely sew this on. Just wanna see if there's any more elements that I want. I kind of want to add this gold paper clip up here. I don't know why. I just like that it's a little bit different. Okay, so let's go ahead and sew this on. I'll be right back. There we go. So I just sewed around this area, and then this can actually be a double tuck spot. And I want to use one more of these cool things. Gotta figure out what those are called. And I think I'll just put it, where do I want to put it? Maybe I want to use a word or something. Yeah, okay, we'll use the word beautiful and put that down here. And then put this little dot over the top. All right, I'll give you a better view of what they look like once they are sewn on as a tuck spot. Really easy just to stick your, you know, journaling card, little piece of ephemera, whatever you want in between. It's really secure, and I think it's so cute. I really, really like these. Again, I think these are just quick and easy to make. The possibilities are endless. You can do these for every type of theme you can think of, and I'm excited. I love this. And so again, if you want to get most of the supplies for these, check out Junk That Treasures. I hope that this inspired you guys, and if it did, and if you end up making some of these on, and you're gonna share the photos on Instagram, please tag me. I would love to see. I know this idea is not unique, but I just really like using these as a tuck spot, and I just realized I wanna add this little arrow clip to this one right here. See, my mind, it just keeps going. I like that. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.